When I'm streaming on TikTok, one of the things that I'm asked most often is for my MC Command Center settings. I love a very low and slow gameplay. Think crockpot versus microwave. My Sims hardly ever age. The days go by very slow. A typical Sims day is about 45 minutes. The way that I have my settings, a typical Sims day is 3 hours. I love the slow morning-esque way of playing The Sims. Very low, very slow. It's giving a candle, it's giving coffee, it's giving a blanket. Most importantly, the Sims that come from my gallery are very cute, so I never have weird Sims with a ton of accessories walking around. So if you want to know more about my MC Command Center settings, stay tuned. So first and foremost, there are 2 different ways that you can set up your MC Command Center settings. You can do different settings from clicking on the sim, and you can do a different set of settings when you are clicking on a computer. So for this tutorial, we are going to go into one of my favorite Sims. We're going to go into Keira London's household. She is one of my favorite Sims. She's an executive chef. She lives in an apartment in San Myshuno. My toxic trait is that single Sims starting their lives are gonna live in an apartment in San Myshuno. I don't know why, but I just love that. I feel like it's the best place for a Sim to get started with their life journey and start saving money and build their way up to buying a home if that's something that they want to do. So Keira is a darling. She does not have any children. Her best friend has 3 children who come over often, so don't mind that. But for this gameplay, let's go ahead and have her come in. I play with the walls up. I know a lot of people don't like that, but for me, your life is built with the walls up. So the walls should be up. Come on, sis. Let's come to the office to get this started. She's so cute. She's one of my favorite Sims. She was created by one of my friends, T-Lyle Designs, the Simmer, and I just fell in love with her. She was supposed to be just a side character, and she's adopted her own full story. If you want to do a Let's Play with Keira, drop it in the comments. I am happy to do a bounce around current household series if y'all are interested in her. She's also a culinary content creator as well, so you'll see that she has like all of her cameras, her food, all of the sponsored products that she needs to make content for. Love this for her. But that's not what we're here for. Stay focused. Okay, so we're gonna do my MC Command Center settings. So let's go ahead and click on MC Command Center, and we're gonna run through each one of these. So this will not be a short video, but please know I'm going to run through everything, and then I'm going to share my MC configuration settings as well, so you can just go ahead and grab it if you don't want to have to do all of this on your own later. So first, let's run through age settings. I don't care about any of these age settings. In auto save, you can have your game automatically save throughout different intervals. I don't like this because on your main screen, when you're loading all of your saves, it'll have a different save file. This is great if you're someone who's maybe a builder and you want to make sure that you're capturing all of that. I've kind of trained myself to automatically save my game, so that feature is not necessarily helpful to me. Let's jump right into the gameplay settings. So what I like to do, I don't care about any of this stuff. I'm only going to show you the stuff that I care about, the stuff that I do. I jump into the game time speed. A normal Sims day is about 45 minutes. I put my game on 65. I do this because I like my Sims to be able to wake up in the morning and take a shower and eat breakfast and talk to their kids and maybe go for a jog. The way that the game is right now is, baby, get up, go to work. Who care about them kids? If they ate, they didn't eat, that's none of your business. I don't like to play like that. I'm a family game player. Spending quality time within my game for my Sims, between each other, talking to your man in the morning, among other things. Like, all of this is, I care about that part of the game. So I definitely slow down my game time speed. Maximum rename length. Sometimes I will have my Sims have a hyphenated last name so that I know what household they came from originally before they got married. So sometimes I might change that just depending on the necessity. For mode of decay. In mode of decay, I change baby mode of decay to 20%. By default, it's set at 100. The closer to 0 you get, the lower your Sim's motive will decay. 20% is perfect to me. I still want to be able to fool around with the baby, pick her up, all of that, but I don't need them crying every second. I do the same thing with cats and dogs. We put that at 20%. You can copy with Control C and Control V. That's what I do. So we're just going to Control C and Control V that 20%. We're going to do that same setting with the dogs. I don't play with horses or fame. I don't care too much about this. For this part, for the Sim motive decay, this is at all the other Sims in the game. I leave this at 100%. The rate of how I slowed my game down versus what my Sims need and when, 100% is still perfect for me. If you are going to slow down the game speed of your game, check and see, play around with what you want your motive decay to be changed to. If you find that your Sims are up in the middle of the night instead of going to sleep, you might want to check and see if it's your motive decay. Neighborhood action plan bypass. I don't mess with these unless they start getting on my nerves throughout the game, and that is all that I change in my gameplay settings. Next is going to be the money settings. For some reason this is defaulted to no one, and then sometimes it will be unmarried only. I change this to all. All of my Sims are going to pay child support, so that's the only thing that I change in here. If you feel like your Sims have a lot of money and it's not proportionate to how many bills they pay, you can change the bills percent to make that higher or lower here. Apartment bills percent, if you for instance have a Sim that lives in a luxury skyrise and maybe their bills aren't high enough, you can change that too. But those are the only things that I might change based on my gameplay at the time. A notification and console settings. There are a couple of things that I change in here. Console command settings. Build by settings. I do free build enabled all the time. This allows me to change the hospital when I go there, or change the school or the police station or any one of those lots, or I think all of the community lots when you're active. This allows me to be able to change and free build anytime regardless of the lot type. That's the only thing that I change here. I also change move objects enabled. I also always want move objects enabled. That's bb.move objects so that you don't always have to turn that cheat on all the time. If you are a buy, debug, or ignore unlocks where you want to be able to access all of the build items as well, I know a lot of builders use this. I don't. I'm not a builder. Enable full edit cast. Always on. This means that regardless of whether or not your Sim is pregnant, you'll be able to change everything. So you can't change their eye color, for instance, when you're in cast after the Sim has been created. But with enable full edit cast, you can do that all the time. Headline effects, I usually keep my headline effects on and I'll turn them on and off based on what I need. So if you don't like to see the thought bubbles over your Sim's head, you can turn that off. Hover effects, I don't mind that either. Testing cheats, I do have on all the time. Next thing that we'll look at is relationship settings. Allow teen parenting, I think that is realistic, so I do turn that on. Auto relationship settings, breakup settings. Breakup settings, so when your Sims break up, you can control who has to move out. Sometimes you can change it to always be the man who moves out. Maybe if you are always playing with the female Sim, and you can have it to where it's a random Sim. I set this to default. Whatever the game wants to do, it's gonna do. The relationship change percent is whether or not a Sim is a boyfriend and girlfriend and how their relationship changes over time. I leave that, but I understand why that could be like a fun way to change the game. I don't mind any of these settings, so I don't change a lot of these relationship settings. Romantic decay percentage. I was dropping this down in the past, but I found that even if I didn't play Sims, when I came back to them, they would be like all unhappy. So I stopped changing that. So just be aware, if you do change this, even if you are doing an inactive household or a household that's not your active household, their relationship settings will change as well. Next, let's go to MC Cast. I don't change anything in MC Cast. In MC Career, I don't change anything here, but if you wanted to, you can change how hard or easy your Sims homework is. Specifically with university, I could see how that could be helpful. I don't do anything in any of this. Okay. MC population is another big one. So let's go in here. Populating settings is a big one for me. So import tray settings means that what is the percentage of Sims that I want my game to pull from my gallery? I want them to pull 100%. This is what's going to change whether or not the Sims that are in my game are generated automatically by the game or if it's pulling from my gallery. In order for this to work properly for you, you're gonna have to go to your gallery and save a lot of Sims that you don't mind seeing walking around in your game. If you're gonna do that, I do recommend making sure that you go through the whole gamut of ages: elders, adults, young adults, kids. Put them all in, even toddlers. That way you have a library of Sims for your game to pull from. I also do include clothing. I've seen other tutorials where they tell you to do import tray percent at 100, but they don't tell you anything else. For me, I also want them to have all of the same clothes that they had in the gallery. So this could backfire if I don't have all of the same expansion packs or stuff packs that the person who created the sim has, then they will be missing clothes. But as many clothes as they can come with as possible, I obviously want my game to pull that for me. Import sim name. I always change this to never use import name. So you know how sometimes it'll be like grandma who knits or something, and that'll be like the name of the sim in the gallery. I want my game to give them an actual proper name. So for import sim name, I never use the import sim name. And import bypass appearance. This means exactly the way that my sim is in the library on the gallery. That's how I want my game to pull them. So I also enable that as well. If one or some of these are not selected, your sim will still come from the gallery, but they'll be different. So make sure that if you're going to do this strategy, import tray sim percent 100%, include the clothing, include the name or not, and then also bypass appearance is enabled. Next thing that I do is the MC pregnancy. So for this, I do other pregnancy duration. Like I said, I play a low and slow game. I like my pregnancy to last for 12 sim days. I also want it to pause on playable labor. So that means I don't want to come back into my game and my sim done had the baby. It takes away the joy of being able to share in the pregnancy. I don't want my sim to be pregnant for 12 days and then when I come back they had the baby, I didn't get to name it. Now all of a sudden the baby's name is Winnie the Pooh. That's just not, I don't like that. So I do pause on playable labor. You can also pause Sims pregnancy. So if you have a problem where like all of your Sims are having babies all over the place, you can pause it so that your Sim may or may not be pregnant, but their pregnancy won't progress. Just depending on what I got going on, I'll change that as well. This is use traits for pregnancy, which I also do turn on. So for this means that a Sim who does not like kids will not have 3 kids. Their traits will be based on whether or not they want and will have children. I know that's not necessarily true in real life, but for my game it is, so I do use traits for pregnancy. If it makes sense for them to want or to have a child, then they will. Use random moods. When enabled, pregnant Sims will receive various random moods during their pregnancy. I do enjoy that, so I do turn that on as well. For MC Tuner, change interaction behavior, I do allow child baby care. That seems like it should be obvious. Allow instant upgrades, I do allow that as well. Allow monster under the bed. If that gets on your nerves, you can turn that off, but it doesn't bother me. Allow multiple BFFs for sure. Allow teen move in, I don't have. These are some settings that I wish I didn't have to change. Friendly ask if single. So you can ask a sim if they're single without it being a romantic interaction. Friendly stay the night, I enabled that. Stop random flirting is enabled. And for the MC woohoo, for woohoo actions, I do allow friendly or woohoo partners. This will allow, even though your Sims don't have a romantic relationship, for them to still be allowed to woohoo. So I do try that. I do turn that on. Woohoo pregnancy, for risky woohoo percentage, I change all of these. So for risky woohoo for the Sims on teens, I do 5% because I want that risk to be there, but I don't want it to be like crazy. For risky adult percentage, I feel like in the young adult age is where you're more risky, and then I do the adult at 10% because they're getting a little older, they're a little bit more responsible. So for teens, again, I have that at 5%. For young adults, we put that at 15%, and for adults, we do 10. Use fertility and risky, I don't care. Try for baby percent. So for this, I feel like the try for baby percent just happens at a too high of a success rate. So I change this to 25%. You have a 25% chance of leaving with the baby. So that's what I put that on. for try for a baby, so that this just adds a little bit more of an element of surprise. For other settings, autonomous woohoo, I don't mind. Autonomous try for a baby is disabled. Reactions, bed sharing. So for bed sharings, it says Sims will sleep in beds with other Sims and ignoring their relationship. So this is the sneaky link setting. So if you want your Sim to be able to spend the night, but they don't really have a relationship, you can enable that. And then use sleepy woohoo means that here are the sneaky link settings in my game. For sleepy woohoo, this means that if your Sim comes over after hours, between the hours of 10 p.m. and 4 a.m., they will go ahead and spend the night. Don't be treating my Sim like a trollop. So if you want that setting to be on where they will spend the night, then you do sleepy woohoo and then bed sharing. And then if you've lost track of everything and you want to be able to kind of start over, then you obviously can do your reset settings. And then none of these will take place until you end and start your game again. So for the MC Command Center settings that you can do when you click on a Sim, let's click on Keira. These are not settings, these are just gonna be commands that you click on for your Sim. I'm just gonna show you the ones that I use most often. If you want your Sim to have a cute outfit when they go to work, you will go to Sim Commands and you will modify their career outfit here so that they don't have that hideous outfit on when they go to work. For maintain Sim, you can rename your Sim here. You can delete the Sim. This is where I go if I get an occult Sim, a fairy, or a alien in my game. I will go here and maintain the Sim and delete them. In MC Cast, this one is actually really cool because you can change your Sim's favorite things. So for select a favorite drink, you can select your Sim's favorite drink instead of going to the bar and it'll be like, order their favorite drink, and you don't even know what their favorite drink is or if you want to select it. So Keira's favorite drink is a grape nectar. So, and then you can also change their favorite umbrella, which they will open by default on a rainy day. So you can download some custom umbrellas. Let's go ahead and set that one as her favorite umbrellas. Oh, MC Cheats. For MC Cheats, you can cheat all of your Sims info. You can cheat their career. Most often what I use this for is the expansion cheat by giving my Sim a degree. You have to be using the Sim. So if she had a boyfriend and I wanted to go to expansion cheats, this cheat would not open up. You have to be on the Sim that you want to give the degree. So expansion cheats, and then you'll go to university cheats, and then you can give them all or some or none of the degrees that you want them to have. But just that's something to note because I always thought that it was broken, but it's that. You can change how your Sim is feeling. If you need your Sim to be sad or confident or friendly to go to work based on their work requirements, you can change that here. And you can also change their level of skills as well. I do this a lot when I have a Sim that was just generated out of the gallery and they don't have any skills or jobs, then I will come into MC Cheats and I'll do that. You can also add a Sim, a job as well, or career, promote them as well. None of these effects will take place until you save your game, and then you also have to restart your game. I feel like this video was a little bit long, but if it helped you with your settings and your game and making a different kinds of game and customizing the game that you truly want, then it was worth it. So those are all of my settings for MC Command Center when you are selecting on the computer and when you're selecting on the Sim. I hope that helps you. I am going to drop my configuration settings in a link somewhere in the description box so that you can go grab it if you don't want to have to customize all of the things. Follow me on TikTok if you would like to get more of the live streams. I do play with Keira and quite a bit of other Sims on a rotational gameplay when I am streaming. I'm also on Twitch too, actually. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss another Let's Play or tutorial or mod review. Bye.